All right, so here we are. Three more questions, maybe four, of the New York released items. Looking at number 21, the diagram below shows a food chain, and you can see the sun over here, all right, giving its energy to the flower, and these arrows represent what is eaten by the object. So caterpillars eat the flower, and the birds eat the caterpillar, and the snakes eat the birds. So, which organism in this food chain are herbivores? Okay, so herbivores are organisms that devour plants. Okay, so if we take a look, well, the snake is definitely not eating a plant. Okay, the bird is not eating a plant, but the caterpillar, yes, is eating a plant, so the correct answer is obviously number two. It seems simple, but I've known a lot of people, a lot of kids having trouble remembering how the food chain works. But the key word is herbivore, and if you don't remember what that was, um, that question probably would have given you some problems. All right, moving on. Let's see, which one did I want to do next? Where is it? Where is it? All right, this one, number 37. And we have the photograph below shows a moon phase, phase of the moon as seen by an observer in New York State. Which phase is closest to what will be seen by the observer in New York State 1 month later? And this is a much easier question that you might think. Now, you're looking at the moon and you're looking at the moon phases and you're trying to remember what you learned in class, maybe in sixth or seventh grade, and trying to remember how the phases work and where the shadow goes. And so maybe you remember that the shadow moves from right to left. I believe it moves from right to left. But the question is 1 month later. And the fact of the matter is that the moon cycle that goes around the Earth is 1 month. So if we start here, one more month later, it's going to be right back at that same phase. So the correct answer would be number three, because after 1 month, the cycle starts all over again. So, this is one of those trickier questions, I think, because I think most people, especially the people that remember the phases of the moon and, kind of remember all the phases in first quarter, second, third quarter, if you're not paying attention and you didn't read that last part 1 month later, not the next phase, but 1 month later, you may have gotten this one wrong. All right, and then the next question, we're going to scroll down to number 41. Let's find 41 right here. All right. So, question number 41. The diagram below shows a cross section of a waterfall. Waterfall. Points A, B, C, and D represent locations in the stream. At which location does the water have the greatest kinetic energy? All right. So, in other words, A, B, C, or D, at which point will there be the water moving its fastest? All right, so if we take a look, and remember, we're only looking at these points, A, B, C, and D. So A, we're starting out, and it's probably moving kind of slow, picks up speed, and then C would seem to be the fastest of A, B, and C. Okay, now if we look at point D, we see that all this water is churning around, churning around. All right, so it's losing some of that velocity, and now it's going to be released, and so it's actually going to be have lost a lot of this kinetic energy. It's going to lose momentum and speed, so it's actually going to be moving fairly slowly at point D. So letter C, or number 3, will be the correct answer. All right, so let me look at my clock. 5 minutes. Um, we'll stop at 3 questions, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.